What's good, y'all, man? We are back again with another video, man. Last video, I did my official mock draft of the draft lottery. I did that. I felt pretty good about my list. About my draft. A lot of people gave me some good feedback. So I kind of want to do another draft video. Not essentially do it like the whole first round. I didn't want to do that yet. I want to do like draft sleepers. I think there's a lot of sleepers in this draft. A lot of guys that you can get in the lower end, or a lot of guys that are ranked lower than I feel like they should be. So this video is going to be about all the sleepers. First off, starting off with Jeremy Sochan. You're probably like, Jeremy Sochan as a sleeper is kind of crazy. But for me, I have him as a sleeper because I'm really high on Jeremy Sochan. I'm not going to lie. I'm really high on him. I don't think he should be around past 8 because I think like teams like the Portland Trailblazers and the Pelicans, they cannot afford to pass up on Jeremy Sochan. You can't. And I love this kid. I love this guy. Like, as a hooper, I love his game, and he's one of my favorite players in this draft. He reminds me a lot of Scotty Barnes coming out of college. A big guy who can play many positions, 3, 4, 5. He pretty much can already guard 1 through 5 with him being so huge. But on the offensive side, he brings some of the same things that Scotty brought out of college. A big guy who can handle the ball on the break. A guy who has playmaking capabilities with him being a good passer. And a guy who's a great finisher. And when it comes down to a shot, it also reminds me a lot of Scotty because maybe it didn't go in that much in college. But you're seeing the form. The form is there. The mechanics are there. It's not really wonky. It's not like he's scared to shoot it. He just didn't shoot it that much, or he just didn't shoot it that efficiently. But you know when it gets to like the NBA and you get to really work on it, you get some NBA development on it, it's going to start going down more. And I like his shot. I love the form and everything. And I really like Jeremy Sochan as a hooper, man. And he is definitely one of my favorite draft prospects. If the Portland Trailblazers don't trade their pick, I really think he fits perfectly with them. I also think he fits with the New Orleans Pelicans. Again, just getting more 3 and D wings around your stars. Even at 7, if I'm not mistaken, who has 7? No, 7 is the Portland Trailblazers, and 6 is the Indiana Pacers. I don't think they would draft him because they got guys like Shannon Sharp, Jaden Ivey. One of those guys is still going to be there. So I don't think they would draft him. But I love Jeremy Sochan's potential. And I feel like a lot of people should view him way higher. I think he's a really good, complete player going into the draft. Probably one of the most NBA-ready guys you'll get in this draft. And going forward, he can really be something as far as like his future potential. The next player we have is Malachi Branham. I feel like Malachi is a sleeper because I feel like he has top 10 potential, but on a lot of people's mocks, sometimes he doesn't even crack top 20, which is really crazy. But I think he has top 10 potential, man. When looking at this draft, there's not a lot of people that are as polished as him all around. I feel like he also, with Jeremy Sochan, is one of the most NBA-ready players we have in this draft. The dude can score, he can shoot, he's a willing passer, he can defend, he can do it all. I'm kind of happy that he's not getting the recognition that he deserves because hopefully he can fall to my Cavs because I feel like that's a pick we'll definitely make. He's already in Ohio. I feel like we'll do that in a heartbeat. He fits perfectly with us. He brings everything that we need. But that's the player that we really need, so I hope he falls. But according to the mocks, they have him going like late teens, early 20s, which I don't understand at all. I don't. And if you let him go around late teens, early 20s where he can fall to a team like the Nets or the Grizzlies or even a Warriors team, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's making the rich even more richer. One of the teams I feel like I would love to see him on is a team like the Spurs. He reminds me a lot of Chris Middleton. Especially in the mid-range. Footwork, same thing. He attacks the rim more than Chris Middleton, but they're both really crafty finishers around the rim, both really underrated playmakers, both quality defenders. And I love Malachi Branham in the top 10, as far as going to the top 10. I think he should be talked about a lot more. Next sleeper we have Bryce Mcgowan's by far, I wouldn't say by far, but by a little margin, I feel like Bryce McGowan is the best bucket that we have in this draft. 3-level scorer who can spot up. He can get his own bucket. He can literally do anything on the offensive side of the court. The thing that always surprises me about Bryce is for him to have such small frame. He looks more comfortable attacking the rim than shooting. Really athletic, really like sneaky athletic at that. He uses his 6'9" wingspan to finish around bigs. And he's a crafty finisher. I like guys that can finish with both hands. I love guys that can finish with both hands. He's one of those guys. Some mocks don't even have him going in the first round, which is crazy. That's wild. Like, that's worse than what I said about Malachi Branham not going in the lottery. That's worse than, I feel like, Jeremy Sohan if he was to fall. If they were to let Bryce Mcgowan even go past 23, that's stupid. Like, the kid is a bucket. I know like that's little things in the NBA, but like, he's a professional scorer. Like, if he lands to a Warriors team off that bench, I'd damn near be comfortable letting Jordan Poole go, because not saying he's going to come in doing the same thing that Jordan Poole does, but they are like the same player, bucket getters who can control the offense at times, and it just at sometimes just be hard to stop. And if you give him to a Warriors team or a Heat team, oh my God, that would be crazy if they were to let him fall that far. Even a team like the Mavericks, I would love him off that bench, or even beside Luka. I think I was about to say Malachi. I think Bryce McGowan's got it. He got it, and I think he also has a lot of potential, a lot of sneaky potential. But yeah, he might fall. If he does fall, that sucks for the NBA, because he's gonna fall to a really, really good team. Like, oh my God, if he falls to a Nuggets team and you got him and Bones off the bench, Jesus Christ. Now, doing my studying for this video, as far as like watching scout reports, watching film, watching highlights, this has become my favorite prospect. So, Santa Clara is like a really low Division 1 team, like a very low. Like, they don't get a lot of television games at all. So I wasn't watching a lot of Jalen Williams. If you didn't know, that's what I'm talking about right now. I wasn't watching a lot of him. But when my first initial highlight that I watched him like a couple weeks ago, when I started doing my draft and analysis, I was watching him like the first 3 plays. He was dribbling the ball up the court, and then he was doing step back threes, and I'm like, hold on, is he a point? Cause I'm looking at him, and he big as hell, and he was hitting the ball crazy. I'm like, yo, is he a point? But then I look at the research, and I'm like, oh, he's a shooting guard / forward. I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. But like, why is he moving like this? Like, why is he moving like this? Yes, it's against lower talent, I guess. But like, if you watch the way he's moving, like, this kid's a pro. He's a pro. He's a hooper. The clips are crazy. He looks way better than he's listed as. He's listed as 6'6". I look at him like, I'm thinking, you're 6'8". You look way bigger than 6'6". But he's literally doing everything on the court. He's scoring, playmaking, attacking the rim, shooting off ball. I mean, the videos I watched, it just blew me a bit. It blew me away. It blew me away how he was moving. And I was so confused, because at first I was like, hold on, is he like a 6'8", 6'9" point guard? Because he looks that big. In like the first few highlights, he was carrying the ball to the court. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What am I watching? What am I watching? But as far as him in the draft, man, I really want him to go to a team like the Spurs, because like I said, I think he has it. I think he has the potential to be something. I wanted him to go to a team that can develop him like crazy, a Spurs, a Thunder, or Raptors. But selfishly, I would love for him to go to the Cavs. But like, looking at the mock drafts, they all have him going late 20s, which I don't know. I'm watching the highlights. I'm watching the scouting report. I'm making my own scouting report, watching a couple games. Please don't let him go past 14. Please let him land at 4. Hey, Cavs, this is what we need to watch. He'll come back. He'll come into the league, come into our team, already being better than Isaac Okoro, already being better than Lamar Stevens, Dean Wade. He will be our starting 2. Oh, never mind, Colin will. Well, he'll be our first guard off the bench. We need a player like this. A super talented player like this who can do it. Oh, my God, that move he just did. Like, he's 6'6". But he looks so huge for his size. Man, this is my favorite prospect by far. Him and Jeremy Sohan, one of my favorite prospects. But, yeah, Jalen Williams, favorite prospect. My next sleeper that I have is Jaden Hardy. A lot of people are out on Jaden Hardy because his underwhelming stint with the Ignite team. But I just don't agree with that, especially when I see on mock drafts that he's not even going to be a first round pick. I think that's crazy for a guy coming out of high school, was the number one college prospect coming out of high school, and he didn't. It's not like he had a terrible stint in the G League. It's just he didn't dominate like you would expect him to dominate. But like, yo, these are 19-year-olds going against grown men who's been in the G League for a long time. Jayla Green didn't even dominate, but he still went number 2. Like, for him to like first be like a consistent top 5 pick, to drop down all the way to potentially out of the first round when his stint wasn't even that bad, I don't understand. He's still super talented too, with star potential in my eyes. First off, he's a super athletic wing who uses his athleticism to attack around the rim. And I love his finishing. Like I said, finishing on both sides of the rim, he can do that. He's also a good shot creator. Uses his headies and hang dribbles to get to his spots. You just seen it right there in that last highlight. I kind of like that he's falling because he gets to go to a veteran-led team where he'll have to fight for those minutes, and I think that's something that he's capable of doing. And I want him to go to a team not like the Nets, because that's like the same thing as the Cam Thomas thing, but to a team with a great veteran, because I feel like that's where I want like guys that I like. I hate when guys don't go to a veteran-led team, because then it hurts you in the long run. It takes you longer to develop, and it takes you longer to like be fully who you're going to be. So I hope he can go to a team that's like pretty much they got a culture, because I think that's something that he needs to be surrounded by. A team like the Nuggets would be cool. The Raptors would be cool. Even if he can go to the 76ers, I feel like that can be cool. But yeah, as far as him going outside the first round, that's stupid. Me personally, I'll still take him like top 25. I don't think his top 25 players better than him in this draft. Probably not even 20. But hey, he fell. That sucks. But moving on to the next player. Now this next prospect is also one of my favorite prospects, because I was watching him in high school. Jalen Terry. Jalen Terry, his energy reminds me a lot of Scotty Barnes, especially on the defensive side. He uses his energy to spark up the teammates, spark up the crowd. I love his potential as a 3-and-D wing. He plays the point, but with him being a lengthy 6'7" guard, I love his potential in the wing positions too. I think Jalen is a willing passer, a good passer, and someone that can be in a force on the break. Like in a lot of these clips that you're going to watch in the background, and if you want to do your own studying, in a lot of the clips, Jalen is going crazy on the break, catching a lot, playmaking off the break, passing off the break, finishing on people. Like, he's doing everything off the break. He's very exciting off the break. Also on the offensive side, he can shoot the ball. He can get his own buckets from time to time. I wouldn't say he's a shot creator yet, but I love his potential as a 3-and-D wing. He plays a lot off ball, especially for him to be a guard. He plays a lot off ball. So I like his potential going late in the first round, but I also do see him going early in the second round. I'm an uber athletic guy. Teams like Dallas, Memphis, Toronto are teams that I would absolutely love for him. More Memphis, I feel like he fits the culture perfectly, and I feel like that's some guy that they actually need, like a willing defender who can play all ball. Like, do what they want from Dylan Brooks, but do it better. I feel like that's what Dylan can do. So this is my last player for this video. I would have made this video longer, but I didn't have time. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have time. So that's it for this video, man. If you want any more draft videos, or if you want a part 2 of this video that we're doing right now, let me know in the comments. But other than that, like, subscribe, share with your friends. I'm out. Peace out.